the last two #1 overall picks. Joe Burrow hosting the former Clemson Tiger, Trevor Lawrence. It's the Jaguars in town for a fight against the Bengals, and it's coming your way on Thursday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in Week 4. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the #1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year #2, Joe Burrow.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now it's Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Dwayne Smoot. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. To Mixon on the check down. Not much there, only a yard. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like to...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. K'Lavon Chaisson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
From midfield now, Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. For the first time, the Jacksonville Jaguars set to go here on offense, led out by the new face of the franchise, the #1 overall pick, of course, from this year's draft. It's Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. Now, you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
On first and 10, it's Lawrence. He completes it to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And when you draft a rookie quarterback, as the Jags did with Trevor Lawrence, you want a veteran presence for him. And Marvin Jones, he fits the bill. 5 years in Detroit, 10 years overall in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now Lawrence. He'll get that into the hands of Tebow. Maybe a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming. And
Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Josh Allen came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with winning. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with a W.
25 yards that time.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Lawrence going to throw again. A throw right side, that's Tebow. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Lawrence to Chenault for a Jaguar first.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Drew Sample was a second-round pick in 2019, and the Bengals would sure love to see his role increase with Joe Burrow at quarterback.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. And he fires one incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Burrow will throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And out of bounds right around the 20. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
7 yards the pickup there. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Lawrence. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Lawrence to Shark. First down, Jacksonville. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. DJ Reader there on the tackle. Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to air one out. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
On 1st down, Lawrence uses the stiff arm. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
DJ Chark, a Pro Bowler and a 1,000-yard receiver in 2019, saw his numbers dip a bit last year as the Jaguars cycled through some quarterbacks. He's happy to have Trevor Lawrence in town and accepts the pass from him there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On the run, it's Robinson. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. The kick by Lambeau is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really pulling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Burrow. It's brought in left side by Tate. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second down now, it's Evans. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go! Let's go! Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roll.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Now Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Third and goal, Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Personal foul, roughing the snap,
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be first and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean,
and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. K'Lavon Chaisson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Big hit. Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence, throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. On the slant, this is Chark. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the first quarter of the NFL season. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Later in the afternoon, a lot of the country will be watching the game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it'll be the Packers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one in the AFC West. The Raiders and Chargers live from SoFi Stadium. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here we go. Here we go.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Burrow on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. From midfield now, Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams. The tackle made by Caleb on Chason. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the 1st of his timeouts. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run here with Robinson. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and that trend is continuing here.
Last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. And out now, here come the Bengals. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Airing one out for Boyd. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
7 yards, the pickup there. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run. Robinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. A handoff for Etienne. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. Robinson, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Lambeau now. After the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. To throw again on second down. Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On third down, Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Josh Allen in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. The Jaguars back with it on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
This is unbelievable.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got it. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Let's go.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Come on, set. 60 on.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Manhertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Burrow on first down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now here's a throw that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Burrow looking to pass. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll run on first down. Robinson. And a tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. And he was looking for James Robinson out of the backfield. Third down here. From the gun, it's Lawrence. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And the Jags are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they'll run with ETN. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. One more time with ETN. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars might be headed to the win column for the first time in 2021 as they add on to their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 24. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, Phillips. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Now Burrow loses the football.
Yeah, baby!
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. On 1st down, Robinson. Ricardo Allen, former Falcon, in on the tackle. 2nd down and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds. In comes Joe Burrow in the offense there.
That's always this type of pass rush and being on film all
game day.
Well, if an offense is going to throw...
Protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Agnew now to return. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. And the stats on his game, they really tell the story. A strong start. I don't know that the defense has really changed a whole lot as opposed to maybe just sticking to that game plan and shutting him down now.
I like where you're going with that because normally we talk about adjustments and drastic changes in a game plan in order to shut someone down. But in this case, maybe they're just sticking with what they worked out all week and they're just making better plays. And so far, they've got to like what they've been doing in the second half.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Burrow. He shakes him off. Escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Josh Allen bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow fights him off. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now it's Burrow. And he fends him off. And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Here's Dorsett.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. They begin the drive with Robinson. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They run the counter. It's Robinson, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. 2nd and 11 now. Here's a give to Etienne. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jaguars, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.